Yo, what is going on, everybody? Executives here coming at you with my vanilla WoW add-ons. Now, in this video, I'll cover what I think are the personal best add-ons and what I use. So I'm just going to show my list here, and I'm just going to go down the list. First one I've got Lazy Pig. That's a needed add-on. I've got NCEB options, which is Nature Enemy Cast Bar. This basically shows enemy cast bar, shows DR timers for stuns, and it also gives information on boss fights. Highly recommend that one. Atlas Loot. If you don't know what Atlas Loot is, it's just you can go through each dungeon and show which boss drops what loot. It's very similar to the adventure guide in retail WoW. Bigwigs. This is another needed add-on for raiding. It's very similar to Nature Enemy Cast Bar, but it has a lot more options. Bigwigs is the same thing as Deadly Boss mods in retail. Basically shows timers of fears. For instance, if you're fighting Chromagus, it shows breaths and stuff like that. So that is a needed add-on for raiding. Next, I have Buffalo. This isn't that needed, but at the same time, it is for raiding. I get more than, I think it's 20 buffs, so I had to install a buff add-on to show all of my buffs. Like during raiding, I have I'm fully buff capped as a DPS warrior, so I had to install that, and it also shows main hand weight stones and stuff like that. Cartographer, it's basically just a minimized map. It's very cool. You can also show just the map, and you don't have to have that whole brown stuff around it. It's very cool. Classic Snowfall. This isn't that needed. I honestly really don't notice a difference. Basically, what it does is, I'll give an example. If you're about to bandage yourself, like my bandage key is F. If I hold down F, it won't start bandaging until I release it. But with this add-on, it starts bandaging the second you press the button. And I'm pretty sure it does some other stuff with casts as well. Then I have Decursive. That's needed for if you're a mage or a healer. And then I've got DPS Mate, which is the add-on that you see on my right-hand side of my videos generally that shows DPS. And then that's the same thing. Then I have Enemy Buff Timers. This shows the duration of the buff timers on enemies. So like that little tooltip if you're targeting somebody and you need to see how long there is left on disarm or something. It sometimes bugs, like if you overlap or chain CC, sometimes it won't show, but for the most part it is a very good add-on for PvP. Equip Compare, it's like holding shift in retail to compare two items. It doesn't do the math for you. Like in retail, if you hold shift on an item, it'll say, minus this stat or plus this stat. It doesn't do that, but it allows you to compare side by side from your current item slot and the item you're looking at. Improved Airframe, this is a stupid add-on, don't download it. It does nothing, I don't know. KLH Threat Meter, this is the same thing as KTM Threat Meter, it is KTM. Highly recommend this for dungeons and for raids. It's a needed add-on for raiding. It shows your threat and the tank's threat, and so you always want to be below the tank in threat. Nature ECB, this is my replaced cast bar. So for instance, on mage or even on my warrior, I have it just because it looks so good when I'm casting my mount, or if I'm casting a bandage, or like gnomish death ray or something. It's just a prettier cast bar. That's the same thing as OCB3 and ECB. I'm pretty sure the same thing. Next, I've got Omni CC. This add-on's been really buggy for me lately, and it's good if it works. Basically, it just shows the duration of your CC. So if you've seen like Grimm's Rogue PvP video, it'll have a yellow bar with the countdown timer on it to tell you when Kidney Shot ends, or when Blind ends, or when Polymorph ends. But Nature Enemy Cast Bar does the same thing. So yeah, Outfitter. This allows me to quickly switch gear. For instance, I have a tank set, I've got a fury set, I've got an arms set, I've got plenty of sets. There's also a riding set, so it'll equip your mithril spurs, it'll equip your carrot on a stick if you're mounted. So I have that because I have so much gear on my warrior. Sell value. Now this add-on is really, really good because it shows you the item, how much an item sells for. Now the problem with this add-on is that you need to gather data first. So if I want to know how much like a plague bloom sells for to the vendor, and I've never collected plague bloom before, I have to first collect it, then talk to a vendor, then I'll permanently have that sell value of that item. So it's very useful once you start playing a little bit more and you see how much items go for. SP Swing Timer. This is the add-on I use to show my swing timer. It's that green bar at the bottom of your screen. If you see me play, it was a necessity for when I was slam spec and two-handed fury, but it's really not that needed anymore. Uh, it's arguable. Some people still use it in PvP, blah blah. I don't really think it's that necessary. Super Macro, it's a very, very highly recommended add-on that I recommend. I just repeated myself. It's just an advanced macro add-on. So it allows you to do macros like /EQ, which is /equip, like a two-hander. It also allows you to do some macros that you can find on the internet with people who figured out some of the scripting. It's still not like retail macros. You can't do /cast, battle stance /cast overpower. It doesn't work like that. You still have to do a whole elongated script. And in fact, I'm releasing a video about warrior specific add-ons of vanilla. Tank Buddy, this is a necessity add-on for if you're a tank. It removes salvation, it removes bop, it tells you if your taunt's resisted, it tells you if challenging shouts used, shield wall, a lot of stuff like that. So it's highly recommended. Trinket menu, it's that add-on that you guys see in the bottom left-hand corner of my videos, where I generally have Hand of Justice and PvP trinket. Highly recommend this add-on because it allows you to quickly switch trinkets, as well as see which trinkets are on cooldown, and etc. etc. It's needed because it doesn't take up an action bar slot. So if I wanted to put Diamond Flask on my action bars, I wouldn't have to with this add-on. Because it has its own specific keybinds, and it also has its own like little interface, and you can place it wherever. Now, I didn't mention a few UI add-ons. For instance, you can have a completely different interface with Luna. There's like Luna frames. It gives you a black, like it allows you to customize like targeting and stuff like that. It looks like this. There's also something called One Bag. People like to have this add-on. It just makes all your bag one. Then there's also PFUI, allows you to move anything on your UI. And yeah, there's tons of add-ons that are out there. I just covered a few of the ones that I like. To be completely honest, the less add-ons you have, the better, because less loading times in screens, like if you transfer instances and stuff, and also less loading time on logins. But the reason I like having very few add-ons is because you don't want to be carried by your add-ons. The last thing you need to do is be carried by your add-ons. For instance, in PvP, you don't want to rely on PvP stun DRs for everything, and you don't need a giant thing in the middle of your screen to tell that the target is kidney shot. Like, the less add-ons you have, the less you'll rely on them, and you'll become a better player. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, or if you have any add-ons you want to recommend, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Allow me to